Nathan, commiserations wasn't to be in the semi-final, but how much confidence can you take from what you've produced here in Manchester?
I think for me, the first game was the game for me tonight. Obviously, last year, I felt the nerves. What reception I've had. I can't thank the crowd enough. It's been absolutely amazing. I've enjoyed both games so much, and I played really well against against Rob. I think I found my game at the back end of the match against Luke there, but the start of it was pretty poor by both of us, and I think we both knew it was a big opportunity to finish second of the table tonight. But I'm going to take the positives from it. The first game is massive. Them 2 points are massive at the moment, the way the table is. I'm just buzzing. My kids were there, my family were there. Got to witness that amazing atmosphere, which was electric, something I've never heard before. It was special. It was emotional. I'm not going to lie. It was amazing.
You've seen players talk about they've had their moment in arenas. John in Aberdeen, Willie in Dublin. Do you feel that you've had your moment now? That
first time then, I did an interview with Viaplay after, and I was nearly in tears. And it was like, obviously I sacrificed so much. I travelled all over the world to try and provide my family, and my family were there tonight. And for my mum, my kids, forget about my mum, my kids, for my kids to hear 12,000 people chanting their daddy's name, and I felt that on stage. I'm looking at the side and I can see my kids there, and it was a special occasion tonight, and I'm really happy with how I handled myself in the first game, and I think I had so much emotion and energy into that first game. I could have started off so flat in that match then against Luke, but listen, it's a big 2 points. It keeps me in the top 4, puts the pressure on the rest of the boys, so I'm going to leave Manchester very happy.
It was heartbreak last year missing out on the final, but have you learned so much from the approach and what you need to do so that doesn't happen again in terms of this league phase?
Yeah, I've got a box up before the final night. I think I'm playing Michael next week, Van Gerwen, so that's a big game. He's under pressure. He's not been performing well in the Premier League stage. One game I believe I can win. The magic number's 24. I'm on 18, so I'm 6 points away with 6 weeks left. It's a pretty good position to be in. Better than last year anyway. So now I'm confident. My game's getting better and better week in, week out. Nowhere near my A game, but I'm still in the top 4, playing my B game. So the rest of them best step up, aren't they?
Nathan, many congratulations.
Cheers, mate.
Nathan, I know you were bitterly disappointed about how it went here last year. How were the nerves coming into tonight?
The nerves were good. I think I learned massively from last year. I was an absolute bag of nerves last year. I'm about to say, can I say what I'm about to say?
I don't know.
Shit myself. Literally, last year. I absolutely bricked it last year, but I've learnt from that, and I went into tonight going, I'm in a good position in the league table. Win or lose, I'm just going to enjoy myself tonight, and that was the plan. That was the game plan. I didn't care if I lost against Rob. I really didn't. I just wanted to enjoy the walk on, let my family enjoy the occasion, and I came out with a win first game, so that was a bit sweet. But yeah, it would have been nice to beat Luke, but it wasn't to be. But I'm still in top 4, and all eyes on Birmingham.
Just describe the feeling having 11,000 people eating out the palm of your hands.
Unbelievable. That you guys travel with us doing the media, and I try and explain it to fans or to my family, and you cannot explain that feeling. And I've got this weird little thing now where I point to myself when they say Mr. Brightside, cringe. But as the guy doing it on the stage with them all shouting back it is mega. But nah, honestly, God, it is amazing. It's when you're a kid, you dream of being a footballer, a golfer, or whatever. I'm a dart player, but I'm still getting the same buzz as a footballer walking out Old Trafford or Wembley. I got that buzz tonight, and I'm just, I'm a dart player. I'm a 32-year-old lad from Stockport that's living his dream. I've lived my dream tonight. My family were there to experience it. So, in a great respect, I couldn't give 2 dime things about the darts tonight. I've just had a great night.
Cheers, Nathan.
Yeah. Nathan, as you say, boy from Stockport, and as Jay was just saying there, you had that great moment coming on stage. From the camera behind you, would you have ever believed it? It looked like Freddy Mercury's moment in Live Aid doing Radio Gaga. You actually had the arms out and the whole place.
Yeah.
I mean, that's again, like Phil was saying, it was massive moments.
Yeah, it's spine tingling. And you know what? There was a moment, and I said it to Gez after the game. There was a moment where I took the 108 out in the first match, and the crowd were so much behind me. And I played Gezi the last 2 years in Cardiff, and it kind of felt in my head. I'm thinking this must be how Gezi felt because I've never felt like that. Because last year I played in Manchester, I got absolutely ironed out by Mike Smith. So there was never cheering me on. He absolutely battered me. So I've never experienced anything like that, and I felt I dealt with the situation really well. I played great in the first match, but again, like I keep saying, first game was the key. Win that first game, get them 2 points on the board, but enjoy your night. And you know, I'm walking away from here. I've got a flight in the morning. I've got an exhibition in Germany at 6:40 a.m. But I've enjoyed my night tonight. I can't thank the crowd enough. I put out on Instagram, you know, all week. Come on, fellow Manx, get behind me, make it the best ever, and that'll take some topping.
What makes Nathan Aspinall? Because you've turned in and you've carved this character out of yourself and this personality on stage, where you are such a difficult guy to beat. You find ways of getting yourself back up in matches, and if you get to that top 4 and you get to that final, you are going to be feared, aren't you?
Yeah, I think what makes Nathan Aspinall is the same guy he was when he was 14 years of age. I've never changed, and I never will. You know, I'm not going to name no names, but players in the world of darts, when they achieve success, they change people, personalities. I'm a little chav from Stockport, always will be. Say what you want, I'm a little chav from Stockport, and I'm proud of that. Do you know what I mean? And I work my knackers off to provide for my family, to provide, you know, amazing holidays, because I miss so much. And all I want to do, I go on that stage and I just work my balls off to try and provide for my family, have a smile on my face, enjoy every single moment. Because listen, anyone at 16 years of age when they leave school wants to be a footballer, golfer, dart player, whatever. I'm living my dream. I'm travelling the world, earning money, being a sportsman. And if you can't be happy doing that, then you need to do something with yourself, because I'm living my dream and never changed. And I think that is the reason why I am like I am, because I might be losing against someone, and at the end of the day, it's a game of darts. You know, I still go on to my family. We've still got a holiday booked in August or whatever, and I just put a smile on my face. If I'm losing, I have a picture of my kids on my case. I look at that picture and I think that's what I'm doing it for. You know, I'm not fully soppy, but at the end of the day, I'm a dad, and the most important thing to me is Kirsty, my 2 girls. It's a game of darts. If I win, mega. If I lose, so what? I'll go home and see my kids. So I think that's why I'm a very, very tough opponent.
Nathan, does this Premier League almost sum you up perfectly? Because you said that you're not playing at your best and it was a difficult start, yet you're up there fighting and in a great position now to make the O2.
Yeah, I think so. I think, look at weekend. You know, I was in Germany at weekend. I was 4-1 down against Dirk van Dijvenbode. He was averaging 126 against me, and I beat him 6-4. You know, I'm never beaten. And I think, you know, I'm actually, even though he's just absolutely beat me there and he's eyeing me out the last few times, Luke, you know, I'm trying to help Luke to try and get... He's a better dart player than me, no hands down. But he ain't got the head like I've got the head. And I'm trying to talk to him and trying to help him out to try and get that mindset in his game that, you know, if you're losing 3-0, 4-0, they've won 4 legs on the bounce. They're not as good as you. So you can win 4 legs on the bounce. If you see, and that's my mentality in them situations. And, you know, I'm working with Luke and trying to help him out to try and put that in his head. You know, the rest of the lads probably don't want me to say that, because if he has my head with his ability, we might as well all pack up, aren't we? To be quite honest with you. But no, it's who I am as a person. It's a game of bloody darts at the end of the day. And, you know, I'll go up there, try my best. And, you know, if it's not going to plan, I'll dig deep as much as I can. If I lose, I lose. If I win, happy days.
You mentioned it before, you've got Michael van Gerwen next week.
Yeah.
No longer the world number 1, but people will say he's not the best player in the world anymore. So do you players now look at Van Gerwen differently to perhaps what you did 12 months ago?
I reckon if you ask that question to the other 7 lads in the practice room, they'd probably say yeah, but I don't. For me, Van Gerwen will and always will be the best player in the world. For me, when I first started, he was my Phil Taylor. Michael knows how much I respect him, how much I look up to Michael, and we're really good mates. Is he the best player at the moment? No. I think we all know who that man is. But for me, he's still the guy. So it's going to be, whenever we play Michael, it's always a pinch me moment, and it still is. But I think I'm going to get the job done next week because the pressure's on him. You know, I've had a great run. I think I've had 4 finals out the last 6 weeks. I'm in a great run of form, and I'm not playing my best. The pressure's on Michael next week, not me. So I think if we can go up there, do what I've done tonight, enjoy the moment, and I think I'll win.
Cheers, Nathan. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Nathan, congratulations on reaching the semis. In the first 3 weeks, you were out of the first round, but since then, like you say, you've reached 4 finals. How important is resilience in a sport like darts?
In a sport like darts, yes. In the Premier League, massive. I think I learnt a lot from last year. My Premier League campaign compared to last year is night and day. Like I won my first game pretty much every single time last year, then got beat second game. Whereas this year, I've either lost first round or made the final. Ironically not tonight, but generally speaking, I've always made the final. So, you have to be resilient. There's a lot of weeks, there's 16 weeks, 5 points up for grabs every single time. And I think if you look at it like, you know, Gezi beat Peter tonight. If Gezi goes and wins tonight and then wins next week, all of a sudden he's right in the mix. And I think that's what's fantastic about the format that we got, because there's 5 points up with regards to the winner. You know, I was rock bottom, me and Peter, then all of a sudden, you know, I have 2 finals and a win, then I'm in the playoffs. So resilience is key. Out the 8 players, not all 8 can be that resilient. There's some of them players in there that do give up. I'm certainly not one of them, and I'm in a fantastic position for the rest of the season.
And I've seen your story. It's inspirational for me and for everyone out there, going from a trainee accountant to being a professional darts player, being one of the best players in the world. You've got a roulette wheel tattooed on you, and life is a gamble. Would you just be able to explain a bit more about what that means to you?
Yeah, well, the roulette table is... I actually don't play roulette when I gamble. I've lost so many numbers on them, much money on them numbers when I do play. But now, I think the most iconic thing is life is a gamble. And that's been my life. You know, I've made sacrifices, massive sacrifices. You know, I've had nothing. I've had a pot to in. And now I'm okay. But to achieve where I'm at, I've had to make so many sacrifices, you know. Miss so many, all my kids' birthdays every year. I ain't there. You know, weddings. You know, tonight, I'm gutted I didn't win. You know, a lad that I've known for 25 years died 6 weeks ago in a motorbike accident. It was his funeral today. I wanted to be at his funeral. Couldn't. You know, these are the sacrifices that we have to make as sportsmen. And that's why I had that tattooed. You know, life is a gamble, but the rewards are fantastic for me and my family. But, you know, for me, it's so hard. You know, it's hard for the kids, it's hard for Kirsty, my partner, my family, but it's harder for me. Yes, I'm the one doing all that and enjoying that amazing buzz. But then when you come off and you lose, you know, they only come once a year. If I'm in Belfast, I come off of that game and lose, I'm going back to my room on my own, 4 white walls. It's bloody tough. And that's why I had that done. Life is a gamble, but you know, the rewards are there in abundance, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
And you won the match play last year. You've reached the semis of the Masters. What are your aspirations for the remainder of the 2020?
Beat Luke Littler. That'll be a start, won't it? Bugger. But now, make the top 4 first and foremost, and I'm in a fantastic position. You know, this is a big game next. You know, I'm in here with yous, I'm not watching it, but as much as Smith is my best mate and I'm going on holiday with him in 2 weeks, I hope he loses. Can I say that? No. But make the top 4. Obviously, then win the Premier League. But you know, make the top 4, win another major, and by the end of the year, still be in that top 4. You know, I'm projected to be top 4 by the end of the year, and I intend to stay there.
Thank you, Nathan.
Cheers, mate.
Just one from me, mate.
Yeah.
Watching Luke there, I mean, some of the camera angles, you saw your face when he was deciding to go these routes for checkouts and hitting them. Do you is it sort of exciting to watch such a young talent?
No, it's a pain in the bum, mate. He's
Do you sort of learn things from him, maybe?
No, I learned nothing from Luke. He was 17, mate, at the end of the day. He learns from me. Simple as that. But he is a fantastic talent. What he's done for the sport, forget about his darts ability, because it's not about his darts, Luke. He's not a dart player, he's a celebrity. I'm a dart player, he's a celebrity, that's the difference. But what he's doing, because he is a celebrity, he's projecting darts to a whole new level. And you know, I did a day in media on Tuesday before I came here at the BBC. BBC have never cared about darts. All of a sudden, me and Luke Littler are in there for 5 hours doing media because they want us. That isn't because of me. That isn't because of Van Geuren. That's because of Luke Littler. So you know, you got to give credit where credit's due. He is helping us boys out as much as himself. But darts wise, he's great, but he hasn't got what we've got at the moment. He's got to learn from us. So I don't learn from him. He learns from me.